have you tried to weigh how good they are in front of you versus how good these teams in DFW and Houston seem from afar?
We talk about this every year, and Lake Travis's biggest problem is that district that they're in. They get a challenge from Westlake every year, and they'll get a challenge from Bowie, and this goes for Westlake too. But they try to schedule some people early. This year kind of worked out a little bit, getting midway to start the season, but Cove was not nearly as good as I'm sure Coach Carter was thinking it'd be 2 years ago. So it's just tough to tell. I mean, they get in the playoffs. These Houston and Dallas teams just played better competition throughout the season, and it's just tough to kind of measure teams up against them. And I think that was a problem last year. They went through pretty much 10 weeks without playing anyone, including the by-district opponent, and they got in the second round and actually had to play a team that was actually at their level, and I think it hurt them, and some of the kids just weren't used to seeing that kind of that level of play. And so this is a good Lake Travis team. Their defense is good. Their offense is efficient even after their running back went down, and it's just a matter of what's going to happen on that. I guess they're playing on Saturdays now. I think this week they're fine against the way, but who knows when next round there's not going to be any garbage teams in the state quarterfinals and state semifinals, so it's just going to be a matter of who's playing well. And I'm sure the kids have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder that they're consistently overlooked. They read the message boards, they see Twitter, so it'll be fun. But it's tough to tell who's better, who's worse. I mean, everyone plays different teams, but like Travis has definitely had a disadvantage in the regular season.
Yeah, and the funny thing though is I am sort of kicking myself because I don't really feel bad about the Cedar Hill pick. I mean, here's a team that beat Lake Travis last year, and up until the playoffs seemed like the preeminent team aside from Allen in the DFW area. And then I don't know why, but I still felt like after South Lake Carroll got through, oh well, South Lake Carroll will probably be the best team. And yet I completely sort of overlooked the fact that Westlake handled South Lake Carroll with ease at the beginning of the season, and now I just feel dumb. And so so now I sort of feel like the DFW surrounding me is sort of creeping in, and now I feel stupid for doubting Lake Travis and Hank Carter. But whatever. So, but to that point, and that's sort of my transition to Westlake here. I know Greg and I both thought the Woodlands would beat them. Woodlands was 14-7 to Katy earlier this year. Great defense, and yet Westlake didn't really seem to have any problem with them. How good is this Westlake team now? I mean, aren't they the weirdest team to try and figure out in the playoffs? It seems like they're always great in the regular season, maybe lose a game or two here or there, and then they just find ways to make runs.
Look, I mean, I picked against Westlake last week too, so don't feel too bad. I live down here. I mean, Westlake it's Westlake. I mean, they have one loss. It was a really bad loss against Lake Travis. I mean, Lake Travis has pounded them, and they lost by 21, but it wasn't a 21-point game. It should have been about 28. But Westlake we have two really great players in the Austin area this year. Two great players, and one of them attends Westlake. And he has some good weapons around him with his wide receivers. We always talk about the running game isn't anything to write home about outside of Sam, but that offense is fine. They can score, and their defense has been playing really well. I was doing some numbers today, and it looks like only one player has rushed for over 100 yards against them, and that kid goes to Aiken. So, I mean, their defense has been playing really well outside of the Lake Travis game. The Lake Travis game seems to be the outlier of the schedule, but their defense is good. Their offense has a great quarterback and some good complementary pieces, and you can get hot and get on a run. I mean, it seems like a long time ago, but it wasn't so long ago that they were in the state semifinals, and it was a field goal away from reaching the state championship. So, Westlake's good.